Hey guys, KTaNE here and welcome to the Grand Grimoire. This is what the module will look like. This is starting at a slightly different point than I normally would do, because the two cases for this one required certain serial number things, which I ended up getting here. Specifically, serial number containing even digits, but I'll get to that in a second. The aim of the module is to cast spells to bring despair to the townsfolk of Labyrinthia. We are either a general witch or the Great Witch Bezella. That is the special case. If the serial number does not contain any even digits, aka this one. Yeah. We are the Great Witch Bezella, otherwise we are regular in possession of the Telea Magica, which is what we use to cast spells. We're going to start off with the one where we are a regular witch, which is here. So first we are going to take the first 6 spells and put them into pairs. We're going to cross-reference them in this table, in the first on the side here, and the second up top here, finding where they cross over to get 3 candidates for our 2 spells. Then we will use the 7th one to decide which ones that they are. So let's start with this. So we have the Goldor, which is this yellow pyramid one, and Familia, which is the purple one here, which gives us the silver one, which is called Daimir. Second pair, we have Ignite and Rainfall, which is the fire one, and the blue blob, which is Grandworm. See here. And finally we have Grandworm and Godor. Grandworm and Godor, which is this one and this one. And we get Daimir again. So, if you choose the same candidate spell, we do. Change the second one to the one after it in your extract, which is, this is our extract, the one on the module. So the one after Daimir is actually the last one. Wrapping around if necessary, so Daimir becomes Goldor. If you have all 3 of the same, check the second similarly, then the third. So if we had Familia, we would go Familia, then Ignite, then Faintfall instead. In other words, the extract here is referring to the module, not here. So, one of these candidates is not in our Telea Magica. Okay, the 7th spell in your extract, so that was Daimir. Use the row and the condition here to find which one is discarded. So in this case, count the number of pots in the bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I subtract 3 until it's within 1 to 3. Minus 3 is 2. Call this value in, discard the nth candidate. We in fact do not have Grandworm. All of these are very similar. There's lit indicators. There's one about indicators, and there's 3 different cases. Discard the first, second, or third. That's the same with this one and this one. Then we have one similar to this, which is these 2. And then finally this one. Discard the candidate corresponding to the pair after the pair containing Daimir, where pair 1 comes out to pair 3. This one is always going to not cause a problem, because this requires Faintfall to be the last one, so Daimir won't ever be the last one. So, we now know what we have. We now simply just have to use this order to figure out what we cast. One thing I forgot to mention is we also have a dagger. We must use this at some point in our attack. That applies for both if we are a regular witch and Bezella. So in this case, you can see dagger in this list here. We have to do that in order with the rest of them. So in this case, we have Daimir, dagger, Goldor. So hopefully, if we've done that right, we get so watchable. Now let's do this case, which, as we can see, if the monster number does not contain any even digits, this is correct. We are Grimoire Bezella. In this case, we're going to be casting all 7 spells and using the dagger. You basically know if this is the case you have is after you submit 2, if you somehow got the right first 2, and it doesn't solve, basically. Basically, you'll know if you're doing it right if you can submit more than 2 spells and the dagger. So, to start, we should count all the number of batteries we have. So that will be 2. 2 batteries. Let's subtract 7, 2 is in the range 1 to 7. 2 is already in the range 1 to 7, so this value is N. The end spell in our extract of the Grimoire is what we're looking at. So the second one, go door. Count the number of indicators plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1, 5. Count as many words into the obtained description. So again, the first word, if you go past the last word. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we hit that. If we hit a numeral, it takes its word form. So digit 1 becomes word 1, and hyphenated words are treated as 2 separate words. So in this case, green coloured is green coloured as 2 separate words, not green coloured. So number 5 here, word 5. So count the number of ports on the bomb, none. I'll show L being the length of the word, so 2 is 3 letters long, so since we have 0, we're going to add L, which is 3, and it's now within the range 1 to L, 1 to 3. Take this letter from the entire word and the 6 letters that follow it. Treat the first letter as coming after the last, so if you come off the end here, you start back at the start. So our first letter is O, then the next 6 letters are S-I-D-E-S-O. O-S-I-D-E-S-O. 7 letters. We're now going to convert each of these into numbers. 15 by the alphabetic position, of course, as you might see in other modules. So 15, 19, 9, 5, 4, 5, 19. Just make sure I haven't missed any. Yep. And 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, just a note, grand one will always be the last one. We are now going to get these into the range 1 to 7 by subtracting 7. So this becomes 1. 19 minus 14 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. 4 and 5 are fine. 19 minus 14 is... I know I already did that. 5. And then 1. 19 minus 14 and then 15 minus 14. 19 minus 14, yeah, okay. And now, we take these numbers, and before we do anything, we need all of them to be different numbers. So, if an action has already been performed, perform the next action numerically. Action 3 becomes action 4, action 7 becomes action 1, so it loops back round. So, 5 has not been done, 2 has not been done, 4 has not been done, 5 has already been done, so it becomes 6, 5 has already been done, so it becomes 6, 6 has already been done, so it becomes 7, and then 1 has already been done, 2 has been done, 3 has not. But you change them going from left to right, basically. Just so there's no ambiguity which one you have to change. So hopefully, if we've done this correctly, we now use this, we now follow this order, finish with Grimoire and finish off the module. So we have Dagger, Familia, Ignize, Goldor, Godor, Fainfall, Dimir, Grandon. We're going to also watch them. So that was Grand Grimoire in both its forms, the regular witch and Grey Witch Bezella forms. So, hopefully you understand how the Grand Grimoire works, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I'll see you later.